just gonna jump past these bullets. Chuck is gonna help me get back up top. I'll spin through the bullets. That gives me enough time for Chuck to come back underneath me. Bounce up over these piranhas and then into this pipe. There's one more bullet I have to kill. And I don't actually need to hit all of these blocks, just enough so that it can travel and it lets me hit it up into that blue Koopa. There's a mushroom I have to bounce up here. That'll let me collect it over here and break through these turn blocks. Ride this guy down, and then this is one of my favorite parts. Just riding Yoshi through all of these turn blocks. I grab that Koopa and now spit fire over here. This Goomba, I need to use him to let me through this gap. Gotta kill that Chuck. I don't want to keep spinning here, so I break my spin jump. I'll collect this gamer coin, and then it's on to the goal. 29. So when you jump on a falling Wiggler, it lets you bounce on all the rest of the segments on the way up. It lets me reach that P-switch at the top. Here, I just need to kind of bounce over to the right. That shell goes over top, and I bounce over off of it again here. That yellow Koopa is going to turn it into a disco shell. And bounce up through a Wiggler again. I need to ride the disco shell over to the right. And now I take the P-switch. I can't hit it just yet. I need to ride the disco shell back over to the left. And there's going to be a spot right here where I need to put the switch down, hit it. That opens up the path back to the left. And I'm going to collect this gamer coin, take this throw block, hit that flying block, take another gamer coin, and then I need to jump off and hug this right wall to get that last coin. I have to ride the Wigglers over to the left. If I didn't ride the Wigglers, I wouldn't have that bridge, and I would just fall into the death blocks down below. 23. Now this section is the hard part of the level. Not the clear pipes, they're pretty straightforward. You just have to be fast through them, and that lets you get down to the platform to be able to jump off of it to the right. But coming up, there's a part where I need to jump through, or jump up out of the water to the right. And that's not something that you do every day in Mario World. It's a little bit tricky. Thankfully, this version has made it a little bit easier so that I can have a little more leeway for these jumps. Finally got through. And here I need to time this so that the water is active while I'm inside of it. I gotta go back for that gamer coin. Alright. Now, this platform is going to take me up very quickly. I hit all of the on-off switches that I see. They control the state of the water, whether it's on or off. And it just lets me get through where I need to. Here, I just have to jump up through these blocks, spin through the bats, and in this pipe. So I need to be pretty quick here and go through these disco shells. And come over here to get this other gamer coin. Further up through here, I just hold left here, and then dodge through these death blocks, and then into the pipe. There's one more gamer coin that I'm going to have to collect on the way up. And I missed the goal tape. That's okay. This first room is just teaching me about this charging Chuck. He bounces me to the right automatically as I'm bouncing off of his head. So as long as I don't press the D-pad, he takes me automatically to where I need to be. Same thing with this guy right here. I'm also damaging him twice, so that when I jump on him a third time, he's gonna get out of my way and leave me a path. Up top, you'll see a coin snake. This coin snake is being controlled by my D-pad. So if I were to press up or down on the D-pad, it would follow me. We're going to have another coin snake in this next room that we have to deal with. This one is inside of this block, and it has a more complicated path that it needs to follow. I need to make sure that it's going through all of these brown squares so that I have a path built for me. This gamer coin is one of the hardest in the games for me to grab. I need to jump very quickly. And I'll just ride this little blue block down. Grab that last gamer coin and into the goal for 40. So in this level, we're gonna have to do a lot of P-switch jumps. Normally in Super Mario World, these are frame perfect inputs. So you have a game that runs at 60 frames per second, and 1 frame in which you can jump off of a P-switch. In this level, though, you are given 8 frames of time to be able to jump off the P-switches. It's a whole lot easier than it normally would be in Super Mario World. Now inside of this room, we have the big switches. The big switches are still frame perfect inputs, so I need to jump on the very first frame that I touch these switches, and I've just managed 3 jumps in a row. One of the main obstacles we're going to see in this level is going to be these yellow arrow blocks. They send out a temporary block in the direction that the arrow is pointing. I need to hit them to build a path for myself to get through the level. Alright, and here you can see this shell is going to hit that block over and over. It extends the path all the way out. Those disco shells are kind of getting in my way. And then these red blocks with arrows, they actually put out munchers that are going to kill me if I come in contact with them. So as we come into this room, we see these yellow arrow blocks. They have a lot shorter timer on them than the ones we saw in the previous room. So they're going to retract more quickly after they're hit, either by a shell or by Mario. We also see these green arrow blocks for the first time. They kind of shoot Mario in the direction that they're pointing. These ones that are pointing up, they make me go a lot higher than I would be able to get off of a regular jump. These munchers, you just have to time the shell to go past them. That gamer coin is actually pretty tough to grab. And here I need to wait just a tiny bit so that I have somewhere to land after I jump. So now we're getting up to the top of the mountain. Up here at the top we see a pedestal with an orb on it. I just need to touch that orb now to beat the level. And it decides to run away from me as soon as I get close to it. So I still need to keep chasing this up the mountain. It's actually not that hard of a chase though, because there's sections like this where it kind of gets stuck and it needs to wait for me to hit a block to let it go free. I'm gonna grab this last gamer coin and then keep going up to the left. And here it is at the very top, and now I've collected the orb. This level is all about feeding Yoshi. Baby Yoshi has to eat 5 objects before he can grow up into an adult Yoshi. You'll notice these bars here that I'm dodging around. They would take away my P-balloon, make me fall down into the pit at the bottom. Baby Yoshi, he's only going to eat these green berries. He also doesn't need to be in my hands in order to eat things. But once he turns into an adult, as long as I have a blue shell in my mouth, it'll let me fly. And I need to go through and eat all of these red berries as well. Adult Yoshi, once he eats 10 red berries, that makes him lay a mushroom egg. That's going to let me get past some turn blocks later on. I also need to hit these green Koopas a couple times and then kick their shell over. That breaks the block so I can get through. I have to be very careful about how I land on this Yoshi. If I were to be on the left side facing right when he ate that last berry, he would actually lay it off the edge and I wouldn't be able to beat the level. And in this room, I'm going to throw around Baby Yoshi a whole lot more. There's a bunch of green berries that are out of range of where I would physically be able to stand. There's also the glowing pink nets. They would destroy Yoshi's sprite if he touched them. So I just need to throw him up and around so that I'm not dragging him through things. So I'm an adult Yoshi again. I grab this shell so I can fly, spit it out, eat that berry, and then get back on top of him. This berry is a lot easier to get than the one in the previous room. Don't have to worry about him spitting it off the edge. And here in this last room, I need to make sure Yoshi does not eat that shell right away. But I'm going to take it and feed it to him. That's going to let me jump up and get the gamer coin and also get some stars at the top of the goal. 50! Alright. This first room is just kind of teaching me about the level. There's chain chomps that I need to avoid, and they're going to eat the floor, so if I don't move quickly, I won't have anywhere to stand. There's a few boo blocks that we're going to see that I need to lure into position and then jump off of in order to make progress. I need to make sure I don't get a high bounce off of these spinies, or I would hit my head on the ceiling, and that wouldn't be good. These jumps here, they're pretty straightforward. Just kind of bouncing around off of everything I see. I need to catch this Yoshi as he's falling. It can be kind of tricky to line up. And that chain chomp, if you're not really careful about it, he'll definitely get you the first time you come through here. Just kind of bouncing around on these things that are down below. I need to hit this Koopa. I'll go down and grab his shell. I pick it up while I'm on the vine, throw it up. And there's another boo block right here. He's pretty easy to line up if you just keep moving forward. And we're making our way into the next room. You do have to jump over that big chain chomp as he's coming at you, or he will get you. And this is the boss of this level, this big chain chomp. Kind of take turns alternating between dodging around him, jumping off him to get some more height, and letting him clear a path forward for me. Spinning through those bats lets me stay up in the air, and I'll hit these on-off switches to let him go forward. It can be a little tricky to line up this jump right here, but it's not so bad. I'm going to use him to collect this gamer coin, then we're going to bounce to the switch, and I didn't get a yump this time. We have a very special gimmick in this level. So every item and enemy acts as though it's stuck inside of a wall. For the enemies, they wind up just walking back and forth. You can see with these turtles and fuzzy beetles. But the shells, if I throw it on the way up, I can actually bounce off of the shell without it needing to hit a wall. So it's like a free midair shell jump. This Goomba, if I let him touch that lava, he would get destroyed. And I need him to break through this turn block and also destroy that disco shell. Grab that gamer coin. Try this again. There we go. Hit the P-switch. I'm going to do this in 2 moves. Once to actually get that gamer coin, and then another move to jump up here. That was kind of more than 2 moves, but that's okay. Now these gold Bowser statues, they would normally be jumping at you forward, but since they're stuck in a wall, they just kind of jump straight upwards. I need to jump off of the shell, re-grab the shell, and pick up this baby Yoshi. I need to carry baby Yoshi along with me. He's eventually going to grow into an adult after I eat 5 objects. I just have to spin across these fireballs, up this Bowser statue. I am not normally supposed to eat him as I'm jumping off of him, but that works. An adult Yoshi, when he is stuck inside of a wall, he will travel straight upwards. So I need to make sure I'm above him before he grows up into an adult, and I go in the pipe. This to me was the hard part of the level. There are, again, 10 red berries that I need to eat here. That will make Yoshi lay an egg that contains a mushroom. I need a mushroom to get through some turn blocks that are at the end of the level. I'm also making sure I get the gamer coin there. This is very unusual to control, but you kind of get the hang of it after a while. Alright, that mushroom's not going anywhere. Break through these turn blocks. There's another set of turn blocks over here. I need to make sure that Yoshi does not get away from me when I spin off of him. And now I get to ditch Yoshi. And if I were to touch that goal, I would actually fall into that lava and die. And I'm going to grab this spring at the end. It's going to let me get some more height and hopefully get some stars off of this goal tape. And I got no stars. This level is all about the climbable nets and the gates that let you spin around to the other side of the nets. So whenever Mario punches a net, it winds up hitting any enemy or block that is next to him. So it lets me attack things to the side of me, and that comes in handy a little bit later. Just kind of dodge around those thwomps as I go down. This thwomp right here, I need to have it go back up and smash back down to give me some space. This blue Koopa is kicking this Goomba across. I need to kind of race him so I'm in position when he kicks it that final time. I need to use this Goomba to get through here. And I'm eventually going to take that Goomba and jump off of him right where you see the coins over there. And I spin around behind to dodge the fireballs, spin again so that the Koopas don't kill me. Jump off of this Koopa here, and that lets me through the pipe. There's some spikes that are falling down here, so I need to go around the other side with that gate. I spin up on top of this fireball, re-grab across, fall down, come back up and get the gamer coin. Bounce across here. I'm actually allowed to swim through the very bottom of the lava there. You can do that with pretty much any lava tiles that you see on the top. So I'm doing it again here, and then I'm going to go around behind the back of the swamp. I'll hit this Koopa shell, and I kind of have to juggle it as I'm going over to the left. There's a stationary spiny I need to use it to kill. And now I need to follow along with these blue Koopas. The bright blue ones would kill me if I touched them. Gotta make sure I get that gamer coin back onto the net. I'm gonna try and get some stars from this tape. 29. This level is a series of one-screen rooms. There's no checkpoints between them, so I do have to complete all of these in one go before it'll let me get through. There is a checkpoint at the end of this, right before the pipe, to lead into the next section, but that's quite a ways away. Gotta jump quickly here. Just stay underneath these baseballs so he doesn't hit me. One thing about this Chuck, after I hit this on-off switch, he falls. He actually jumps up and throws one last baseball before he goes in the lava. Just gotta go down, grab that star, and come back up. Now that I have the star, I can stand on the munchers. They're not gonna be able to hurt me anymore. Gotta flip all of these switches as I come through. And then puts me out and through the pipe. Alright, so in here, there's that switch. It looks like I need to hit it, but it's blocked off. That big muncher comes down. I fall down through the lava. And I've fallen down through the lava here. The munchers no longer hurt me because I'm on fire, and I'm in so much pain. That's actually what that text box at the beginning of this room says. The only thing that can destroy me is touching the lava or getting squished by a muncher. So I just have to be careful not to let any of those things happen. I get into the water, it puts out the fire. I just have to jump up here, grab this gamer coin, and that's the end. This is going to go very fast. I basically keep my P speed throughout this entire level. I have to jump around wide to hit that shell, and then that Koopa. Grab the gamer coin and go through the pipe. Bounce off of that shell, throw the other shell. That's going to make the blocks come out of that yellow block. Do a quick shell jump there, and slow fall over to the right to catch that that platform as it's extending. Grab this gamer coin, make sure I hit all of these blocks. Keep my P speed as I'm coming to the left here, and I need to jump across all of these shells here. Grab this gamer coin, go in this pipe. I need to jump across these blocks before they're hit, because the munchers that come out of the red blocks would kill me. And I throw this block. I need to wait just a second, jump across, and then I'm going to try to get stars from this gold tape. 29. Alright, so the goal here, I grab a mushroom and I grab a star. I have to build a path for myself through these spinies, because I'm going to have to come back this way with no star and no mushroom. I just need to make sure that I don't have anything that I can't get past without power-ups. This is actually a pretty decent path that I have for myself right now. I can spin through some of these spinies. It's kind of difficult to go through some of this path. This should be fine. That's a little bit tough. Need to make sure I move very slowly here. Again, very slow. Just catch that P switch. You have to have patience as you go through this level. There we go. Hit the P switch. That opens up this this pipe right here. There's a hidden star in the wall. The way that you would know that is there's actually a spot in every Switch Palace that you can kind of jump off of. So it's expected for you to check there. This level uses a lot of these mushroom blocks. They work pretty much the same way that keys do, except they can also destroy enemies when I throw them. So I use them to clear a path for myself and also hit that on-off switch. Hit the on-off switch again, carry this mushroom over to the right. And I'm going to ride on these two mushrooms here. While I'm on them, it does not bring me to the right automatically. I still need to be running by hand so that I stay on top of them. I need to drop all of these mushrooms in front of the pipe so I can go in it. One more mushroom, I pick it up, drop it in front of this shell. It's going to bounce the blue Koopa back off the edge. He kicks the shell over to the right. I'm going to use that mushroom to stand on and go in this pipe. Collect that checkpoint very quickly. It can be blocked off by that mushroom. I need to make sure I'm fast here. The Sumo Bro is dropping down fire. If I'm too slow, it won't let me go any further. I ride across these mushrooms to the right. Drop the mushroom blocks into the hole. That lets me get in the pipe. Destroy that spiny with mushroom block. Bounce up through that Sumo Bro and on the spinies. This Chug is going to jump when he comes next to that mushroom block. That lets me go further up. After I go through the pipe, I need to grab this mushroom. That'll let Yoshi come out of that block. I take the mushroom block, use it to get rid of these Chucks. I need to take this mushroom block as I bounce up. And the mushrooms need to land in these dotted lines for the mushroom blocks. And I'll actually have to recycle some of these mushroom blocks that I've already used. As I'm coming over to the right, I need to throw that mushroom block so I can land on it. I'll bounce off of this Chuck as he jumps. I'm up here for this gamer coin. And I am required to take Yoshi through this pipe, otherwise I die on these munchers. And I'll go in the door. So this Boo, he only takes, I think, 7 hits. And there's tons and tons of mushroom blocks for me to use against him. And there we go. There's actually another way to do that fight too. I try not to do it because it kind of lags the game a lot. Instead of throwing one block at a time into the Boo, I can pick up a ton of them and throw them all at once. It kind of slows down the game. If I'm not fast enough destroying that Boo, the screen will scroll all the way to the right and it eventually smashes me into a wall. Got a little bit of text after this. As per usual, Big Boo is no match for Mario, who sets up a fight in a room full of throwable mushrooms. This time, Mario grabbed a buttload of them. Perhaps they'll be useful in the future? We'll see. This room is teaching me about these blocks. I need to throw something into them in order for them to break. And also that vine, it comes out and it kind of follows its own crazy path. It doesn't just go in a straight line. And I really hope you like the sound of going into pipes, because there's a ton of them in this level. I need to be really quick as I go through here, otherwise the vine is going to be too far in front of me, and it's going to block my path. I have enough time now. I'll spin, break both of these blocks. I still need to hurry as I go through, because there's one more thing that the vine can ruin for me, and I've managed to get up past it. In this room, I'm still trying to outrun the vine. I have a block now, so that I can use that to destroy the other blocks. Pick this up, take it to the left. I'll grab this star. This lets me run across these munchers. Need to avoid that shell so it can break the block to the right. I need to hit all of these blocks right here. This shell, it's chasing me. I just need to outrun it. I need to wait right here for it to break both of those blocks right there. My star is going to wear out and let me bounce off of the shell. I have to grab that gamer coin very quickly. And this vine is also going to get rid of that block in front of the pipe if I'm too slow. I'm just going to grab this gamer coin here. And I'm waiting for that vine to come up. I'm getting stars from the goalpost. 50! So here's our cape level. One thing that's special about this level is that I don't need to run in order to gain P-speed. I always have it so I can fly whenever I want to. I need to spin fly over to the right to get through all of those spinies. I'll bounce off of each of these bats and turn around in midair to get up top where I need to be. Spin up through those blocks, cape pound down onto this block, that grabs the shell. I'll item fly while ducking over to the right here. Gonna regain my flight here, do a shell jump, and spin fly up into this pipe. While I'm in my swooping state on the ground, it destroys any saws that I touch, so I just get through those. I need to go through here quickly, spin down here. There's a gamer coin down below. I'll grab it first and then spin up through the blocks. Here I'm racing this snake block. I need to hit both of those coins by spinning down there. I cape pound twice in order to get that shell to bounce and break those 2 blocks on the left. Going in this pipe, spinning off of that block, grabbing this gamer coin, and I'm trying to get some stars off the gold tape. 50, all right. These rhythm blocks are going to cycle automatically between being solid and not, so I just need to hurry and keep pace with them so that I don't get blocked in and that I have a floor to walk on. I throw that shell to kill the rocks, jump up quick through all those pipes, it kicks the shells off to the right, and it lets me bounce off of them. Need to go around in these clear pipes, down through the bottom of that floor there, and I need to go in this clear pipe to grab the coin. And over to the right, I have to hit all these blocks that I see. This green shell that I just bumped up, I carry it through most of the rest of the level with me. I have to use it here to hit that rock and also get the spring where I can use it. And then I use the shell to hit those blocks over to the right. I need to hit at least 3, but it's best if I hit 4. And I'll carry the shell with me. It kills this rock right here. I have to bounce off the Koopa that's right here, and I'll edge off the corner here to grab the gamer coin, and we're going on to the end. Wait just a tiny bit, then go, jump up here, and I'm trying to get stars from the gold tape. 40. So I kind of need to bounce up through this column, avoiding the munchers on the way up. There's also some coins inside of the munchers. Those there's going to be a silver P-switch up at the top that turns munchers into coins, and the coins are also going to turn into munchers. So as I'm coming down, I need to move left and right to avoid these on the way down, and then into the pipe. Now this is the hard part of the level, actually hitting the switch. There's a shell hidden inside this wall, and I'm trying to shell jump up to hit that switch. I'm hitting it way too low and too far away from the wall so that I can't get up high enough to hit it. And when I was high enough, I was bumping into the side of it, and that was a pretty good hit. I'm going to use these falling blocks to climb up this tower. If I touch them from the side or the bottom, they'll hurt me, so I just have to be sure I avoid them and only touch their tops. There's a whole bunch more blocks that I have to use to climb through the rest of this. Make sure I bounce off this disco shell, lead it to the left, it starts hitting that pokey. I come back around and I need to destroy it. Bouncing up here, jumping off more blocks. I need to make sure I hit this block so that it stops that falling one. There's a bunch more blocks that I have to hit right here. I have to bounce off this disco shell, and I need to avoid hitting that block. Grab this checkpoint and go in the pipe. What I'm doing here is I'm using the cape to protect the floor. I need to cape spin into these orange blocks as they're falling. If they do make it all the way down, they destroy the floor. Thankfully, I don't need to have the entire floor available to me. I can still build up P speed to fly, even with losing quite a bit of the floor. And now that the ceiling is open up, I can fly up here, go in this pipe. I have to cape pound onto this block here. That bounces the Koopa, or the Goomba, up to hit the on-off switch. I hit the other on-off switch there to let that block fall. I'm spin flying again off of that block and doing regular cape flight into a sticky fly, and then I'll fly back over to the left, grab this gamer coin and go in this pipe. And it takes away my cape, but I just run over to the right and go in this door. And here we have the Tetris section. So right off the bat, whatever is control of the Tetris blocks isn't really playing fair because it dropped a bunch of blocks all in one turn. And I think to myself, isn't that against the rules? But they're all like, screw the rules, I have Tetris. This is pretty nice to get through actually because there's a shadow in the background for where pieces are going to fall. And I also have those coin indicators telling me basically where I need to be standing or jumping to be safe. And I'll just get up to the top here. I need to be careful to wait after these pieces fall because there's one more Tetris block that falls down. And I get into the next section. You are out of line, plumber. Think fast. This will be your kill screen. So now it's going to substantially speed up, but it's really not too bad to get through. Because again, there's the shadow for the where the blocks are going to be falling, and the coins telling me where it's safe to stand. So I just need to move to the coins. And this is actually, I think, the scariest part of the level. There's going to be a Tetris block falling down on the left side, and I just need to jump around it. And now I can go back up to the top. If you've been paying attention, there was a level earlier in the game where I had grabbed a bunch of mushroom blocks. Now I'm finally getting to use them to plug up these holes where those eye blocks are coming out of. Which is destroying it and letting me fall into the ending, which will be coming tomorrow. And here we have the last section of Luminescent. I need to make sure I hit all of the blocks as I run through this final section. And I'm not under much of a time constraint, but some of the level is falling apart as I'm going through it. I had to hit that block twice to get the blocks up top. Jump through here. I'll hit this Koopa, grab his shell, and shell jump off of him in midair. Do a short little disco ride. Spin around to get behind this orange block that's falling. Grab the mushroom, use it to item swim through the water. Hit those blocks. I'll climb onto the vine and grab the mushroom block again. Throw it up into this block, re-grab it, and throw it up into this orange block. One more orange block, and then the last one. I need to take this mushroom block with me into the final section, because I'm going to use it to break this block that's wedged into this pipe. And that's the end. I'm rising up to the sky, and here's the credits.